You already know what you should be doing. That's the part no one talks about. You're not here because you need information. You're here because you keep not doing it. And somewhere that bothers you. Not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly. Achi onzi PME when the phone's in your hand and nothing's really happening. You're watching someone else's life, someone else's income, someone else's progress, and you're thinking, why not me? I'm going to tell you exactly why. And you're not going to like it, but you're going to watch anyway. Because part of you already knows, here's the lie you've been told. You just need the right opportunity. No, that's not it. You have had the right opportunity multiple times. You've seen the YouTube video, you've read the Reddit post, you've bookmarked the article, and then nothing changed. Same room, same phone, same life. The problem was never the opportunity. The problem is something else entirely. And that's what this video is about. Not the method first, the why first. Because if I give you the method without fixing the why, you'll watch this, nod, close the tab, and do nothing. Again, let me tell you about someone. He was 28. Not broke exactly, but not free either. Every 2 weeks, the paycheck came in. Every 2 weeks, it left. Rent, food, subscriptions he forgot about, a coffee here, a impulse buy there. He wasn't stupid. He had a degree. He wasn't lazy. He worked 45 hours a week, but he had this feeling, this low, constant hum in the back of his mind. Is this it? He tried things, drop shipping, some crypto stuff, an Etsy store that made 0 sales. Each time, he told himself, wrong method. So he went looking for the next one, and the next, and the next. Sound familiar? Because I'm not describing one person, I'm describing a pattern. And you might be in it right now. Here's what's actually happening. You don't have a method problem. You have a threshold problem. There's a moment right at the beginning of any real attempt where things get uncomfortable, where it's not working yet, where it feels stupid, where the result hasn't come, but the effort has. And right there at that exact moment, you stop. You tell yourself it's not working. You tell yourself this isn't the right method. But that's not true. That's your brain protecting you from discomfort. And your brain is very, very good at making that feel like logic. Most people never get past that threshold, not because they're not smart enough, because they never understood what was actually happening at that moment. I'm going to come back to this. It's important. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you the actual method. Specific, step by step. No vague stuff, but before I do, there's something about this particular method that makes it different from everything you've tried. It doesn't require followers. It doesn't require a product. It doesn't require showing your face. And the reason most people miss it is hiding in plain sight. I'll explain exactly what that means. But not yet. First, I need to show you the real enemy. Every day you wait costs you something, not money. Not yet. Something worse? Identity. Every day you stay stuck. The story you tell yourself gets heavier. I'm the kind of person who tries things and fails. This probably won't work for me either. I'll start when the timing is better. And those thoughts, they start as whispers but over chimney. They become the walls of your life. You don't even notice them anymore. They just feel like reality. But they're not reality. They're just old decisions you forgot you made. Here's the scary part. The longer you stay in that story, the more evidence your brain collects to prove it's true. Every unopened course, every abandoned side project, every month that your brain files it away. See, I told you. And now you're not just stuck. You're convinced you were built to be stuck. That's not the truth. But it feels like it. And that's what makes it dangerous. Okay, I'm going to say something most people won't. You are not failing because of bad luck. You are failing because of comfort. Specifically, digital comfort. You have a device in your hand that is designed, engineered by some of the smartest people on earth to keep you consuming. Not creating, consuming. And consuming feels productive. It feels like learning. But it's not. It's the opposite. Every hour you spend watching people make money is an hour you didn't spend making money. Every motivational video you watch gives your brain the feeling of progress without any of the results of progress. And here's what no one tells you. Your brain cannot tell the difference. It gets the dopamine hit from the idea of success without you doing anything. So you feel inspired, you feel ready, and then you don't do anything because the feeling already came. You consumed the reward before the work, and now the work feels pointless. That is not an accident. That is the system working exactly as designed. So, the method, here's what I want you to understand first. The $100 day number is real, but it's not magic. It's math, and the math is simpler than you think. The method is AI-assisted content arbitrage on newsletter platforms. Let me break that down without the jargon. There are people, businesses, creators, coaches who desperately need written content, emails, newsletters, social posts, scripts. They don't have time to write it, and they don't want to hire a full-time employee. So they pay per piece, $25, $50, $75 per piece of content. Now here's where most people stop. I can't write. Wait, you don't need to write. You need to direct writing. AI tools can produce a solid first draft in minutes. Your job is to understand what the client needs, and then shape, edit, and deliver it. That's it. You are the middleman between the client's problem and the AI's capability. And that gap, right there, that's where the money lives. Here's the math. 4 pieces of content per day. $25 each. That's $100. And once you have 3 to 4 regular clients, you're not even doing 4 pieces a day. You're doing 2. And scaling, now here's the part people miss. This isn't freelancing in the old sense. You're not spending 6 hours writing one article. You're spending 20 minutes prompting, editing, and sending. The AI does the heavy lifting. You do the thinking. And thinking, real thinking, is what most people are too distracted to do. That's your edge. But here's what I haven't told you yet. There's a specific type of client for this. Not all clients are equal. Some will pay $10. Some will pay $100. And the difference between them has nothing to do with the work. It has to do with where you find them and how you position yourself. I'll get to that in a moment. But first, the part that kills most people's progress before they even start. You know what the most common response to this information is? I'll try it this weekend. Weekend comes, Sunday night, I'll stop Monday. Monday comes, I had a long day. And just like that, another week gone. Another month gone. And here's the brutal reality of that. The people who started this exact method 6 months ago, some of them are at $200 a day now. Not because they're smarter than you, because they started when they had the same amount of doubt you have right now. Doubt doesn't go away before you start. It goes away because you start. Every day you wait, you're not standing still. You're falling behind, not compared to them. Compared to the version of you that could have existed. One more uncomfortable thing. You don't need more information. The reason you're still stuck isn't because you haven't found the right video. It's because you've found too many. Information has become your substitute for action. Every new video, every new course, every new thread you read, it feels like forward movement. Ichi-san, it's a very comfortable version of staying still. The people making money online are not the ones who know the most. They're the ones who started with the least information and learned by doing. That's the actual secret. Not the method, the movement. So here's the one thing I want you to do after this video. Not a course. Not a plan. Not a spreadsheet. Huanqingyi. Go to LinkedIn or Twitter today, not tomorrow, and search for Newsletter Plus looking for writer or content help needed. Find 5 accounts that post consistently but look like they need help with their writing. Message them. Not a template, 3 sentences. I noticed your newsletter. I help people like you save time on content using AI-assisted writing. Would you be open to a quick call? That's it. You don't need a portfolio. You don't need a website. You need one response. One client, one piece of content delivered. And then you have proof. Real proof, not watched proof, not consumed proof, done proof. And done proof changes everything. Here's why this works. Psychologically, not just practically. When you complete one small real action, your brain updates its file on you. Remember those files I mentioned earlier? The I always quit file? One real completion starts overwriting it. Not erasing it, overwriting, and each action after that makes the new file stronger. This is called identity shift through evidence. You don't change by deciding to be different. You change by doing differently and collecting proof. And this method is designed for that. Small entry point. Quick feedback. Real money early, not in 6 months. In days, if you move. The AI does the volume work. You do the human work, judgment, relationship, positioning, and human judgment in an I world. That is the most valuable thing on the market right now. Picture this. 90 days from now, you have 3 clients, each paying you monthly